Hello and welcome to Global Talk Show once again, none other than by Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And today we are going to witness an amazing show because we have an amazing guest today from South Africa, none other than Bruce Martin. Welcome, Bruce, to our show today.
Thanks so much for having me, Doc. I really appreciate your time. Hello to all the viewers around the world. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Bruce, for accepting our invitation. And we know you, world knows you, but still, we want to know your incredible life journey, which is going to motivate millions of today. So, your life journey. Let's start.
Let's go for it, yeah. So where would you like to start?
Yes, you can. You can start from anywhere where you want to be.
Okay. So I was born and bred in Cape Town, South Africa, to loving parents. I have a sibling. I'm actually an identical twin. That's one thing a lot of people don't know about me, unless you know me quite well. I grew up going to school, enjoyed sports, never really took to writing a lot. It's only something I found quite sort of later on in my life. Went to go and study communications and sales, fashion after school. Excelled in that, but I get quite bored quite easily, so I would change jobs quite often. And from there, I found that, you know, my journeys kind of took me all over, and I got loads of experience in many different genres from there, be it running brands for L'Oreal, helping the business-to-business department at a massive retailer in Dubai. So kind of a jack of all trades, master of some.
Well, Bruce, it's really great to start with your life journey. And I am sure your life journey is really going to impact people which are watching live today and are going to watch this show later on. So in your life journey, we heard about your passion, your dedication, which you said about your family background. And what about your challenges, which really made you so strong today? And we would love to know that too.
Yeah, geez, I mean, great question. I think we all have those in our lives, and they come to visit us in very different ways. For me, the challenges I faced in my life were quite diverse. You know, they came to me at work, they came to me in relationships, they came to me emotionally, many of which I wasn't a good deal with. And I write about that, and I touch on that quite a lot in the book. You know, how anyone that goes through any kind of trauma in life, be it something that you feel you don't have enough information about, or you're not really equipped enough to know about, you know, we're not raised with the tools to really manage trauma. It's not something they teach you at school, right? It's something you're just supposed to know how to manage. And I thought it was so vital going through my own journey with my own kinds of trauma, be it at work or emotionally, relationships, that I write about it to share with anyone that was going through anything that I had gone through, to leave them with a little bit of hope, and just to let them know that there are things they can do and tools that were available to help them manage that. And so that's really what drove a lot of the book and a lot of my passion. In terms of getting over the challenges, there wasn't a set way to do that. You know, it was a lot of trial and error. And, you know, the more bump my head, the more I learned. And the more I learned, the better I got at handling them. And there were some themes which definitely came through. I mean, one was ask questions, ask for help if you need help. That's, I think, the most powerful one. Admitting that you need help putting your ego aside and going, I need help here. Can you assist me in this or that? And the second thing is get really specific with what it is you need to help overcome the challenge. And then thirdly, it's underrated, but making a list of tasks and getting them done one at a time to chip away at your goal is vital. That old saying about how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So those were definitely kind of what I picked up and some of the learnings I had from challenges in my life and how I overcame those.
That's really great to know your challenges. And Bruce, I must tell you that challenges are really, in a way, they're best friends because they make us. And for
100% agree with you.
some people, they just break or some make. So it's all in our hand. How do we take our challenges? And when you told me about your challenges, it's just like your friend, which has really made you sculptured into a very strong personality. And that's what we are witnessing today, Bruce. And it's really great to know that how you have handled, how you have managed it in a perfect manner. That perfection is very, very important. And that perfection is your positivity, your optimism. How do you take your life? And it's really great to know your challenges, Bruce. Well,
thank you, Doug.
We know, Bruce, you're a great author, and this is my area of inquisitiveness and even my all global audience. We want to know what you write and what are your books and how you get inspired for being an author. I think it's lovely to know this. We can't skip this portion.
Great question.
Yeah.
So there's one person in my life that inspires me in this area, and that's my mother. She's an author herself. Her name's Audrey Martin. She's written many books. One of the most published ones at the moment is called Poems and Thoughts. And, she came from an amazing background, which was so vibrant, but wasn't necessarily geared towards helping her nurture the talent that she obviously had, which was like latent potential. And, it was so inspiring to me. I thought, if she can do this, why not me? And I used this as a vehicle to really help manage the emotional traumas I was going through, be it through bad relationships, bad choices, whatever it was, and help put pen to paper to really deal with and help manage those issues I was going through, which were kind of ending up being quite negative things happening in my life. And if I look back on it now, I'm thankful, like you said, for the challenges that came my way, because if I didn't experience those, they wouldn't have pushed me to a point where I wanted to and had to deal with it. And what the writing was at the end of the day, it was quite a healing, therapeutic, cathartic process. And I wanted to leave a legacy for men specifically, that I encourage them to do the work to get the tools required to manage emotions and grow their emotional intelligence. It's part of being a man. It's part of being a well-rounded man. And it can help you unbelievably in relationships, sure, but in business too, And the reason why is people buy from people, right? We're all human beings, all need to learn to act. If you have a handle on your emotional intelligence, it's going to affect and seep into other areas of your life, and that can only benefit you. So that's a little bit about the book. My book and my journey is called The Broken Bypass. This is what the cover looks like. I've got it right. Let me hold it up for you.
Wow, super.
If you can see that there. So the broken bypass is kind of a play on words. So, Doc, when we have a physical heart attack, right, you need to go to a specialist, and a specialist will operate on you to help heal that wound. And emotionally, it should be the same way. Yet, as women, as men, we don't really approach emotional heartbreak the same way. And I thought to myself, why not? sometimes when you experience trauma, you need an emotional bypass. And that's really what the book was about. And I decided to use the medium of poetry because I thought it was so mystical, spiritual. It could translate to a vast number of age groups, men, women. It just surpasses every divide, you know. So it was a challenge, but I wanted to challenge myself and put out work that I was really, really proud of. And I think I was able to achieve that. So I'm quite happy with it.
Yes, Bruce, it's really true that after going a lot of hardships in your life, and when you said about this great book, that's really, really great. And yes, I must, here I will say to all my viewers who are watching, if you want to get a copy of Bruce books, you can contact Bruce and you can just take a copy, go through it. And it's really, really true. Your all hardships, whatever you're feeling in your life, that can be go only with the love and magic of poetry, which I am truly agree with Bruce. Yes, it's create miracles. It's create a lot of positivity to forget, not to forget, but to transform yourself, your soul, your mind, your body. So I am totally, totally 100% agree with you, Bruce. And you're a great poet. So keep it up and keep doing this great work because you are transforming right now the whole world with your great poetry, positivity, and the hardships which you have gone in your life, and that has made you a very, very strong person. So I must say here, a strong Bruce Martin. Yeah, and this looks quite
Thank you
good.
very
Yes,
much.
yes. Well, Bruce, moving to this lovely journey of Global Talk Show and, of course, your life journey, I want to know what things in your life has really inspired you most. You can say any turning point in your life where you said, yes, this is my turning point or wow moment in my life, and I was waiting for it this moment. So I want to know that turning point.
Wow. So love the question. Thank you. I've had a couple of turning points in my life. And the lesson behind every one, be it a bad breakup, be it, you know, being in a job that wasn't really suited for me, um, you know, taking an opportunity for the wrong reasons. When things don't work out, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And if we understand that every negative thing or any negative event that we perceive as negative, if we just see that thing through and reach for the learning inside that happening in our lives, we get better, we evolve, we grow. Unfortunately, in life, you will never recognize good if you'd never experienced bad, right? That's how it works. And so those two go hand in hand. And so after I had that realization, I didn't sort of welcome negativity, but I definitely had a paradigm shift in terms of the way I saw things that I used to think might be negative that happened in my life. I would ask myself a set of questions. I would say, okay, why do I think this is happening, and what do I think I'm supposed to learn, and what can I take away from this that is positive? And ever since I've started doing that, my life got a lot better. And so that's definitely been something that's been a massive change and a massive shift for me, which I'd love to share with everyone, because you know my life got better when I had that shift, and and it's just gone up from there. So yeah, that would be something I definitely want to point out and share.
That's lovely to know this turning point. And I must say that whatever happened in life, yes, Bruce, I totally agree with you. Whatever happens in life, it happens for a reason. For the time being, we think, oh, why did it happen to me? You know, some people will say, everyone, why it's only me? Why only me? And later on, we realize, no, whatever has happened, it has happened for a reason and for the good thing, because we have to see positive in every negative situation, because that is the only chance, only option when you can live. And there is always a survival of the fittest. And fittest doesn't mean your physical appearance. You have to be a very mentally strong person. And that's the thing which I can get see, I can reflect, and I can see in your life journey too. So hats off to you, Bruce, how coming your
Thank you.
hardships and taking your
Thank you.
turning points into a positive, and how you have looked like you can say, my glass is half filled, half empty, or half fulfilled with water. So it's all about our perception. And your perception is really, really optimistic. So keep the great work, keep doing, and keep rocking with your positivity, and keep spreading what the work you are doing through poetry. That's really, really great. Well,
Thank you.
moving to this lovely, lovely journey, Bruce, I would love to know, besides poetry, what are your hobbies and what would you love to do in your leisure time activity? That's will be a great question.
Sure. So part of my evolution and my journey was when I had that paradigm shift I spoke about. I made changes in my life, and some of them were just changing what I ate, just try to be a little bit more healthy, going for a run along the beach like once a week. Great for your spirit, great for your soul, great for energy. Yeah, so in my downtime, just to help like manage stress, I hit the gym a couple of times a week, nothing too hectic. I live quite like a balanced lifestyle. I think that's totally key.
Wow.
And yeah, I love to connect with people. I'm often out with my brother. We're always kind of together. I love him to bits. He's like my best friend. Thing together. So I've always got a wingman, which is pretty awesome. And those are kind of what I do to relax, over and above the writing and the poetry, of course. He's actually been quite inspiring to me as well, because a lot of the book is about writing about it from a place of pain. And he challenged me and said, Bruce, why are you always writing from a place of pain? Like a lot of what you've gone through, you've overcome that. Like, why aren't you writing from a place of joy? And I thought about that, and I was like, that's a great question. Like, why don't I do that? So I'm busy working on something now at the moment that is going to start to reflect, after the paradigm shift, going through bad, learning the lesson, there's an evolution, right? There's something that comes after that,
Wow.
which is part like a positive thing. It needs to be notarized and celebrated as well. That's
Yeah.
part of life too. The ups as well as the downs. So because of him, I'm probably going to be doing a second edition, and it'll be a little bit different to the first one, but still working on that for now. So yeah.
Wow. And I wish you, congratulate you for many more success in your life and the work which you
Oh,
are
thank you.
doing for your work and your
Thank you.
poetry. And as you said about your second edition, so not only second, we will just see the series, third, fourth, fifth, and there you will go on and on, Bruce. That would be a great to learn that. So it's awesome.
Thank you.
That's God bless you. And be strong in your motivation, be strong in your work, what you are doing now. Well, great one, great journey, Bruce. And we have talked today about your challenges, your life journey, your incredible life journey. I must say this word, and your work which you are doing. Now, I want to know, what is Bruce motivational, plannings, or what is your mission now? Yeah.
So my mission, I kind of alluded to a bit earlier on in one of the other questions, was to take the knowledge I've gained through challenges, through heartbreak, through having the lack of tools, then having to learn the tools, and all the learnings I've had, and kind of put a toolkit together and share that information so that anyone that's going through anything close to what I've been through, number one, knows that there is always hope. If you're going to say to me, Bruce, what is your motivational message? I want to leave the viewers with a thought that no matter how bad it gets, there is always hope. Just because you don't see a solution, it doesn't mean the solution doesn't exist. Sometimes paradigm shift is required first, and you might see the solution is outside of the box you actually exist in. So there is one, but because you're not close to it, you're not really seeing it. And I think hope is a massive part of that. You only get to break down the walls to see what is ahead and dig up what solutions might be if you have hope. And that's really the message I want to leave. It's the message that kind of runs through as a theme in the book as well. And it's something that's very close to my heart. As a man that's had to learn a lot of lessons around emotional intelligence, it's the one thing and tool I can say to other men specifically, that if they have an opportunity to invest in, so stay hopeful, and that's it. That's the motivational message at the end of the day.
Wow, and this is really a motivational message. It has not only inspired me, but to all my global audience who are watching live today. Bruce Martin, you have given really, really a great message and is going to impact the world today. So once again, I congratulate you. Heartfelt, thank you so much for coming to our show, enlightening everybody with your positivity, optimistic life. That's really, really incredible. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Doctor, for having me. Yeah.
Well, how can I forget my lovely and lively audience who are watching us continuously, constantly helping us, supporting us. So keep loving that, keep doing that. Until then, stay happy, hale and hearty. Bye-bye from India.